Hi there, my name is Richard Swan and I'm part of BNI in the UK. BNI stands for Business Network International and it's a great tool for getting more business. I run a function and wedding band called Cornucopia. You can look us up online at www.cornucopia, C-O-R-N-U-C-O-P-I-A, music.co.uk. I composed a little ditty for an event run by BNI called The Big Breakfast, and here it is. Well, if you're serious about your client base, strengthening relationships through face-to-face interactive dealings with a trusted team, then BNI is somewhere you should be. I mean, who on earth would turn away an opportunity like it? The chance to be among a group from which you might get contact you've been waiting for from the private sector, or a personal introduction to the marketing director of that global corporation which in your wildest dreams you never even contemplated ever having the means of getting close to. Well, now's your chance. If your dream referral is the head of finance in a well-known carbonated drinks corporation, then just say so. You'd be amazed whose relations somebody around the table might be about to marry. So don't tarry, Harry. Come on, be specific. The connections that I've made have been quite terrific. Now, BNI is to business what shoes are to walking. You can do it without, but it's harder. Oh, and talking about marriage, if you know someone who's engaged who might need to hire a covers band at some stage, then just call me. Because mine is amazing. We're called Cornucopia and you'll find that we're raising the bar when it comes to entertainment, and we're worth every penny that we get in payment. But back to BNI. As an entertainer, when I was asked to join, it was a real no-brainer. Sure, it's an early start every single week, but you get the opportunity to stand up and speak about the clients that you want and the way you can assist. It was an opportunity that was not to be missed, and so I joined, and I can say that I've never looked back. BNI's been good to me, there's no doubting that. And a song. Well, it's been really quite amusing. Who'd have thought a year ago that standing here and using Don McLean's tune would have caused quite such a stir, but it did, and the order of events that have occurred have changed my life now. And I've had some minor fame. I'm still waiting for the fortune, but I'm enjoying playing the game. But let me tell you what I have learned during the year, because there's been a lot of criticism that I don't like to hear about BNI. Some people say that it's too formal, or it's all about the rules, or it's really not quite normal to be up so early on a working day. To all those critics, I would simply say that BNI has proven it puts money on the table. Regardless of your industry, you just need to be able to take on board the whole of Giver's Gain and look for referrals. That's all there is to explain. There are some cases, and people can get really bitter and post up all their whinings on Facebook and on Twitter where they've not got the most from their BNI chapter. One lady I heard, you know, I really could have slapped her. She just went on and on about how rigid the rules were and how the leadership was such a bunch of fools. Her attitude was terrible. She just kept on complaining. I got the impression that she was just such a pain in the proverbial. She was so utterly charmless, and unfortunately, her opinion isn't harmless. Even though she was the problem, she is still influential, and there are people who will listen to this hag and may eventually decide that the BNI is not to be trusted on the word of a woman with a brain full of custard. So let me just say, as I bring this to conclusion, if you're still sitting there and you're under some delusion that the BNI is bizarrely Masonic, with funny little handshakes and imagery demonic, well, it's not. It's It's a referral organisation with structure and goals, and I'm full of admiration for Dr. Meisner and the business he's created. The work that it has brought me is just not to be debated. So I'll leave you now, and I'm off to get a drink. If you're watching this live, come and tell me what you think, or if you're watching on YouTube or some other web portal, please give me some feedback. Like you, I'm merely mortal, and I like the affirmation that a compliment brings. Besides which, I've not rapped before. This guy usually sings, so farewell. Your ears are clearly resilient. Thank you all. I hope your day is brilliant. Thank you very much for listening. You can fan me on Facebook, that's Richard Swan. You can follow me on Twitter, that's Richard_Swan, S-W-A-N. You can subscribe to these videos on YouTube, that would be brilliant if you could. And you can also add me on LinkedIn if you want to do some business with me. And we can connect. I hope to see you around. Take care, bye-bye.